to another segment of War 101. Today we will be discussing Toussaint Louverture. Here's my special guest, Yasmin.
Nope, wrong.
Excuse
I am
me.
your co-host.
I am your special guest. What are you talking about?
This is your special guest.
I did not just come here for nothing.
I'm offended. Anyways, let's get started. In 1492, Christopher Columbus settled on an island named Hispaniola. In 1697, nearly 2 centuries later, the French took control of the island of Hispaniola and renamed it Saint-Domingue. Over time, Saint-Domingue became one of the richest colonies in the world. Over time, whites refused to have the slaves be free in Saint-Domingue. Because of this, Toussaint Louverture stepped up into power. Toussaint Louverture should be remembered first as the leader of Saint-Domingue, second as military commander, and third, the liberator of slaves.
I agree with what you're saying.
I'm sorry, but I have to disagree with both of you. I say the liberator of slaves should be first, then the leader of Saint-Domingue, and lastly the military.
You see, let me tell you why he should be remembered first as a military commander. According to document A, Toussaint gains a reputation for running an orderly camp and for training his men in both guerrilla tactics and the European shoulder-to-shoulder style of war. It clearly demonstrates that Toussaint knew what he was doing. Reading it, that he was a military commander from the beginning. Like, it was all an advantage towards the people. Louverture used his superior knowledge of the character of his race, his humanity, generosity, and courage to gain the confidence of all whom had under his command, as you can see in document F. But you see, it demonstrates that his prior knowledge and experiences he took as an advantage. His military did not come from like his own thing. It came from like what he knew by now.
I see where you're coming from, but I still think he should be remembered for freeing the slaves in the early years. He served as a herder and then a coachman, and later as an overseer of fellow slaves on the field, according to the background essay. This quote demonstrates that at some point during Louverture's lifetime, he felt the exact same way most slaves felt. He was getting treated poorly due to the color of slaves, and because of this, Louverture encouraged slaves to fight for their freedom, according to the background essay. Once the French government was about to rescind slavery, according to document B, and a letter sent to the French Directory in 1797, Louverture strikes back with the statement that, quote-unquote, this would be to attempt the impossible. We have known how to confront danger to our liberty, and we will know how to confront death to preserve it, according to document B. This shows that once the slaves were free, Louverture had no intentions of going back to the way things were.
Well, let me tell you another reason why he was a strong leader for Saint-Domingue. Once he became leader of Saint-Domingue, he assembled a new constitution for everyone to follow. In this constitution, it helped a lot of different people, some being slaves. In Article 3, it states that there cannot exist slaves in this territory. This code demonstrates how once he became leader of Saint-Domingue, he didn't want others to feel less than what they were. So he proposed new laws that would benefit them. Toussaint Louverture always felt the need to have more people to fight than a little. About 4,000 troops fought against French forces on the island, according to the background essay. This demonstrates that when he had an idea in mind, he fought for it, and not just let it sit there and have him regret
This led to the Haitian Revolution. So in conclusion, the Haitian Revolution was impactful because it was the first attempt that slaves had the chance to be free. Before the Haitian Revolution, they were not considered people, but slaves. This was also the first rebellion that Africans had against white plantation owners, which led them to have victory over what Toussaint Louverture attempted to get them to fight for, a fight for freedom.